Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Brittany Strong, and I'm an adjunct instructor at Yuba Community College in both the agriculture and veterinary technology departments. I want to thank you for joining me in my session, which is utilizing iCEV as a supplemental resource for post-secondary environments. I absolutely hope that you stick around for the Q&A session that will be after my session, and I look forward to chatting with all of you then. Okay, I'm going to share my screen here. I have a PowerPoint presentation for you. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is the higher education track. And again, this is iCEV as a supplemental resource in post-secondary environments. Again, my name is Brittany Strong. I am with Yuba Community College, and I look forward to spending this time with all of you today. So I just want to review a little bit about what we are going to talk about today and why do I utilize iCEV and what portions of it do I utilize and how. So I utilize lesson plans, videos and PowerPoints, assignments and worksheets, and the quiz banks. And I think it's really important to note that we as CTE instructors not only have access to so much more content at our fingertips than we ever did, but we also have students who are really amazing when it comes to technology. And I just find that we really do have to do our best to kind of keep up with that. And utilizing iCEV does just that. It keeps up with this digital age and technology and allows our students to feel like they are in a modern, forward-thinking course that is CTE inspired. Okay, so the first question I have for you guys, I'd love for you to type this answer in the chat if you don't mind, is I would love to know if you are an instructor who teaches just virtual classes or web-based classes, hybrid classes, or traditional face-to-face classes. So if you don't mind typing that in the chat. And I want to tell you a little bit about why I utilize iCEV. As we know, as CTE instructors, our students can be very limited financially, and it's really important to me that whether I use a textbook or a platform like iCEV, that it is affordable. And that is one of the most beautiful parts about iCEV, is that it is affordable. Sorry, I'm having a headphone issue. And I love that. I love that it's affordable because I don't feel like I'm breaking my students' banks. I don't feel like I'm breaking the college's bank. And it's just a gift to be able to give your students a few extra dollars right back in their pocket. iCEV is also incredibly easy to navigate, whether you utilize it through their actual web-based platform, or if you integrate it into your learning management system. This is where I want to ask the next question. If you could type this in the chat, what learning management system do you utilize if you do teach online or hybrid courses? The fact that it integrates flawlessly is a gift of time to us professors, because we know how much work and effort it takes to teach a course, and the fact that this integrates seamlessly and gives you access to everything within iCEV through your LMS, that is wonderful. It is also absolutely loaded with content. You're not going to find a more full library anywhere else. iCEV is absolutely full of PowerPoints and videos and lesson plans and all the things that we're going to talk about today. And I just think you can't beat that, especially for the price, and especially in CTE. We all have aspirations of having the best and the biggest and the most amount of content, but sometimes time really just doesn't allow for that. Sorry. And so Again, what I love about it is that you can utilize it whether you teach a face-to-face class, a hybrid class, or a fully virtual web-based class. It lends itself to all of those, and you can utilize it in any form that you feel that you need to. Okay, so to begin, I want to talk about lesson plans. And I know that as an instructor, it is super helpful for me to be organized and to have things laid out. And iCEV provides detailed, very detailed, I'm talking 3, 4, 5-page lesson plans. They include learning objectives. They include day-by-day lesson planning. So if you are in a face-to-face setting, you can plan out your days accordingly, or I utilize it very similarly within my web-based courses also. They also have career connections on their lesson plans, and that is what I feel is really invaluable about this, because it is so important to connect our students to the careers that could be in their future as it relates directly to the material that they're studying that week. My students do a lot of career research throughout the semester because I want them to be aware that if something sparks them or trips their trigger, that there is a career that they can embark on that is connected. Lab activities. It is sometimes difficult to tap our brains for another lab activity that relates to whatever it is we're discussing that week. And these lesson plans are chock full of them. They're also chock full of project ideas, group work ideas. And I just find that it's inspiring to me, because I am not having to dig deep into my already very tired brain to find these things. And these lesson plans are very, very detailed. They also have Common Core standards. They have some things for high school type level, and as it relates to FFA. And I think that's great too. I know that doesn't 100% apply to what we're talking about here today, but there are instructors out there who are preparing high school agriculture teachers. There's high school teachers that are out there maybe looking at this. And I just want you to know that it really does encompass high school and post-secondary education very, very well. And I appreciate that, because I utilize both. I really do. I want to show you and give you an example of the lesson plan. And again, I want to reiterate that they are anywhere from 3 to 5 to 6 pages long. This is just a very tiny snapshot of one of the lesson plans. And honestly, the objectives for me are highly valuable, because learning objectives and learning to teach with the end in mind are so important. And as we know, when it comes to learning objectives, that it is how we base our module work and our content, our delivery around that. And I want to ask another question right here, and you can type this answer in the chat. What do you struggle most with when it comes to content as a CTE instructor? I know that I struggle a lot with, I do try to develop my lesson plans, with the end in mind. What am I trying to teach these students? But sometimes that content is just difficult to find. And so I would love to know what you guys struggle most with. And again, this is just a very small example of this, but it's such a gift to us. And to have this all pre-done and already on the website, ready to go. And for me to just be able to pick and choose and pull pieces out like a little puzzle for what I'm trying to deliver that week, that I really can't get past that as a benefit. It is so helpful, and I hope that you will find it helpful too. It's just worth the exploration for sure. We haven't even talked about the other things, but just even for the lesson plans, just to be able to give you those ideas, those fresh new ideas from another perspective, it inspires me it helps me think of new things, and I just am so thankful for them. Okay, Videos. Oh, if I had to tote one thing, I mean, I just was toting the lesson plans, but if I had to tote one thing that they are just stacked in within this platform, it is videos. This is actually just a snapshot of what a video would look like embedded within Canvas. And it has my course name and the semester up there, and then a title. And students can actually, they will hit that big play button and it will play right within Canvas. You can also set it up so that they play it, it opens in a new window. But I do like the fact that the less clicks, the better, right? I really strongly believe in that for my students, especially my returning students who didn't take online courses maybe when they went to college years and years ago. So I really appreciate the fact that iCEV has made this so seamless, even when it comes to delivering content. And they don't just have videos that are directly related to the content. They also have what are called virtual field trips. That is such a game changer because I'm able to show my students in a controlled educational environment, not YouTube or somewhere else, what the inside of a hatchery looks like, what the inside of a harvest facility looks like, what a dairy farm looks like, how milk goes from the cow to the bottle. And that's a gift. I have students who, some of them didn't know that milk didn't come from the grocery store. So that's really wonderful. I also love that these videos have tables of contents within the video. So you're able to direct students to specific places, and you're able to say, hey, you don't have to worry about this snippet. Let's watch this. And that's just, it's a way to stay organized. It's a way to stay on task, and it's a way to keep your students really focused on the material that you're eager to, for them to absorb. And so again, this is what it looks like embedded within Canvas. Okay, PowerPoints. So we all know how long it takes to put together a good PowerPoint. And when I'm saying a good PowerPoint, I'm not just talking about, the PowerPoints with the headings and a few words. I'm talking about the ones that drive home the points that we are trying to discuss, that have beautiful imagery and tables and graphics and all those things. This has done it for you. And I utilize it so often. I actually lecture over these PowerPoints, and it's just dynamic. Just even, this is just a snippet of, the opening of a PowerPoint, and it's on parasites of livestock. And it's just a gorgeous image. This makes you want to click on this PowerPoint and open it up and see what it's got to give for you. And again, they are broken into sections, which is so, so helpful for students, because then they can go back and look at things that they missed. They can move ahead. I really appreciate how these are broken down. They're not just these big, giant, long PowerPoints. They, within those broken down sections, they have designated learning objectives, and that's great because you can pull from that into your lesson plan. You can pull from that into your module objectives for the week, obviously making your assignments and come full circle meet those learning objectives. And one of my favorite things is lecturing over these PowerPoints because they are stellar. They are top of the line. And I absolutely appreciate the fact that they're available on this platform. Okay, so we all need, we've talked about content. And I would love to know from you instructors what other outside content resources you utilize. You can type that in the chat. Where do you pull from? Is it OER? Is it not? Are you utilizing textbooks? What are you guys doing out there? Because I am sharing the fact that I utilize this platform, and I am a happy camper about it. So in order to make our weekly modules come full circle, we have to, check that knowledge, and we have to see where these students are. And within iCEV's platform, there are assignments and worksheets and vocabulary reviews, and they are wonderful. They are not only printable if you want them to be printable, but they are also able to be virtual or interactive, totally web-based, right online for the students to just click. Again, they're embedded right into my LMS. So my students don't have to go outside of the LMS, which they already are a little bit afraid of, some of them. They just get to click, the assignment pops up, they complete it, and they submit it right there. And it goes straight to my grade book. If I have set, the grading standards, I can, set it to be just graded as completed or, individually graded. Either way, I love all of that. They have something called student notes that this really goes along with whatever content that is tied into that module. So whether it be a video or a PowerPoint, it's basically a kind of fill in the blank as you go, sort of taking notes throughout the content. And that's just great. And I didn't have to go through and, watch that content a second time and make those notes and upload it. It's already all there for you. There's labeling activities. I teach animal agriculture, and there's lots of vocabulary, and there's digestive system parts, and there's species parts, and there's species, and there's all these things that these students have to learn. And what I love about it is that there's these labeling activities that are right there for them, and they're able to label those to really cement in whatever module we're reviewing that week. There's module worksheets that go over vocabulary. They ask questions, kind of almost like a little bit of a pre-quiz, but just absolutely stellar content. I'm able to set those due dates, set the point values. And again, it's embedded into my LMS, so you really can't ask for anything better. You can set it up inside iCEV's platform in and of itself and have the students log in and complete it there, which is super user-friendly, has a grade book, all those wonderful things. But I find it just as simple to utilize Canvas and not have to be in two different places. Quiz banks. Oh, the dreaded quizzes. I personally give weekly quizzes because I love my students to build upon their knowledge. I like them to take it in bite-sized chunks and be able to, really show me what they've learned just in that week. These quiz banks have a variety of quiz questions, your standard true, false, fill in the blank, multiple choice. I love to kind of tweak them a little and maybe possibly make them short answer, turn them into essay questions. The answers are provided, so that's always wonderful because it is pulled straight from the content. So, if you can't quite remember exactly what was in the video, it is created straight from the material and those answers are provided. And so I find that just super helpful as an instructor. So again, when we talk about these quiz banks, they are within iCEV, but like I said, I pull them out and I just pick from them and I utilize them. They're the one thing that I don't actually embed into my LMS because I really do tweak them generally. And what I love about it is that the base foundational content is there. And then I take it and I apply it to my learning, not my learning style, sorry, my teaching style. And you can't ask for anything better than that because the opportunities for growth, even as an instructor, when it comes to these kinds of, this kind of content is absolutely dynamic. And so I'm just super, super proud to be able to be using this platform. Okay. So that is my session. Thank you so much for joining me. I super appreciate it. You will be automatically awarded points for attending this session. And at the end of the conference, don't forget, you'll receive a digital certificate on noting how many sessions you attended. If you have any further specific individual questions for me that you don't want to do in the chat, you're welcome to email me. My email is up there on the screen. And I absolutely hope to see you at our live Q&A right after this. And like I said, don't hesitate to reach out to me personally if you have any specific questions. Thank you so much.